Alright everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new 2021 Lemax, the Skull and Rose Tattoo Studio. Let's get into it. Okay, so the Skull and Rose Tattoo Studio. This one is gonna blow your mind. I have to be honest with you guys. This wasn't my initial first one I was jumping to pick up this season. There were so many great ones, and I got a few right at the beginning, but there was no displays. And like I've told you in the past, I like to see displays first before I buy to really know, which ones I like. Pictures don't always do things justice. So, anyways, I got a few that I wanted at the beginning of the season, and then I went back just randomly one day, and I saw a display, and it was the first display at any of the Michaels I'd been to this season, and this house was sitting there looking beautiful, okay? It actually legitimately took my breath away. It was unbelievable how well they executed the concept and the detail in this house. And when I saw it, I said, no, I have to have this. I was definitely asleep on this one. And now I understand, because there was a lot of hype about this house and a lot of people loved it. And I was like, I mean, it looked great. I just wasn't I was missing a little bit because it didn't have a soundtrack, no crazy animation. What was it that everybody saw? Well, I saw it. So we're going to dive right in here. We're going to get to the details and then start taking a look at this one, because I promise you this one is worth every single penny. So here we go. Diving right in, it was released in 2021, and I'm going to give you the SKU number that is used both by Michaels and Lemax. It's a SKU number of 15751, and this also was a Michaels exclusive, and again, you're going to see why. Let me give you some dimensions first, though. We have 8.46 inches high, 7.68 inches wide, and 4.92 inches deep. So look, again, it's not the biggest house. That's not what's so exciting about this one. But you'll see. Just stick with me here, because trust me, this one is very, very exciting. All right, it's made of a poly resin, and the product type is lighted building. So it's basically kind of like a classic lit house. It is done with LEDs, so there is no bulb in the back. But that's it. It's just lit up with some LEDs. They don't do anything. It's just perfect, though. So here, let's keep going. I mean, I'm just overjoyed trying to get all this out to you right now. All right, it does have an on and off switch in the back. I will try to get that up on the screen for you now. And let's talk power. It is battery or electric. So if you're going to use batteries, it's going to be 3 AA's, or you can use a standard 4.5 volt DC adapter, and it draws about 63 milliamps. Now, the adapter and the batteries they're not included, okay? So you don't get batteries, you don't get an adapter, so you would have to have your own. So remember that when you go to pick it up. But this would also be a great opportunity to use one of those multi-adapters, because it's really a low voltage thing. 63 milliamps is really low in comparison to some of those animated pieces. So you'd have no issues throwing this one on one of those multi-purpose adapters. Okay, we're through it. Let's start getting right into it. So when you get this house, you're going to get a little bag with it. I'll try to get it up on the screen for you now. It's going to have about 3 of these little spider web things that go on the roof and a sign. I do want to point something out, though. When I got mine and I opened up the bag, it had the 3 pieces, but one of them, however, was a little bit different than the rest of them. And it's not broken. I want to be clear. This one is not busted. There's no missing pieces here. That's not what's going on. This was, I think, a misprint, to be honest with you. If it was broken, I would have exchanged it. But you can see, and I'll try to show you some close-up shots here of it. It's not broken. It's actually, I think, a flawed print or something. I mean, unless someone got something from another house and stuck it in the bag, which I don't know why you would do that, but I really don't think that's what it is. And that being the case really made this one a little extra unique. So I'm going to keep it just the way say that it is, and hopefully that's what it is, a little misprint, a little Easter egg. So anyways, they're really simple to put on. You just put them on right at the top. They sit in these little hole things there. I'll try to get a picture up for you. Real simple, no big deal, just pop right in. Same thing with the sign, like a lot of Lemax signs, they just pop right in as well, right there in the front, and you're ready to go. You plug it in, put your batteries in, whatever it is, you are ready. All right, so what is so exciting about this? So first off, the concept, the tattoo studio, they really plan this out, and everything that's on here in some way or another is related to that concept. I mean, they really played hard to the tattoo concept on this house, and that's really the secret behind the magic of this. And what's even a little almost eerie about this is how realistic this one looks. This house, I had to take a second glance because it really looked realistic. I mean, it really does. So let's start from the top and work our way down. So you're going to see those spider webs there on top that I was talking about. The special one that I mentioned earlier is on the back right, and that's just where I chose to put it, but it does fit in any of the slots. It's slightly shorter too, by the way, as far as the width. But anyways, it could go in any of the 3 slots. It's basically the one in the front on the left, the one in the back on the left, and then the one on the back right. The 2 in the middle on each side of the middle sign there, those are in place already when you get it. Okay, so right at the top, there's this really cool snake, and the color is very vibrant. I mean, it really sticks out, and it's a nice topper. I think that, had it not been there, you probably wouldn't have missed it, but now that it's there, I couldn't imagine not having it. And I'm afraid of snakes as it is, but this was a really nice touch. Okay, now the skull. This is a beauty, okay? My God, is it stunning, and it's huge, and I love the rose right on top. It's elegant, it's creepy, and it's big. All the things you could want for a topper for a house, it's right there. Okay, now the sign. Jesus, did they do a great job on the sign, the logo, the whole 9 yards, and it's nice and big, and I really like how they really thought out I guess it would be the proportions, the sizing on this stuff. I mean, really, all the signs are really, really well sized and clear, easy to read. I mean, even this little one right here, it's not little, I don't know why I said little, but it's here. They've been doing custom work since 1969. Geez, that's a long time, so good for them for having that kind of success. All right, also, there is a sign here. Let me see if I can bring you around. Sorry, I don't mean to get quiet on you there. Just trying to show it to you. And that's the one that I was telling you about that just pops in real simple. Okay, next we have this decor. They're, again, sticking, really hard to the tattoo concept here, okay? The skulls, the snake, the whole thing. It just fits so well with the roses. You had the rose up here on the big skull. Now you have them down here on the, what is that? Is that called an eave, an overhang? You got some more skulls and roses. I mean, they really, guys, I'm telling you, this is so well executed. And the colors, by the way, every single color on here is super, super bright and really defined. I mean, the lines on this are crazy clean, really clean. And I kind of think that's related again to the tattoo concept, because you always want a nice clean line, right? I don't have any tattoos, but I would imagine you'd want some clean lines. And that they executed really well here. And that's partly why this house looks so realistic, because everything is ultra defined. All right, let's keep moving on. So down here on our left, we have a giant window with a scene inside. If I can get the camera to focus for you, I will. I'm trying. There we go. And we have an open sign and some other things going on. But it's a really cool little scene. I imagine there's some tattooing happening right there. I like the skulls on the outside, the skeletons, in the coffin thing. That's a nice touch. They're sticking to it. There's skulls everywhere on this house. Moving here to our right, there's another skull, and they have signs. Let me see if I can bring you in on the sign here. Come on, there we go. New client specials. So look, if you're in the market for some ink, these guys been doing it a while. Could be worth stopping by. Also, there is a killer sign here right in the dead center, almost like an old school movie theater kind of deal. I'm trying to see if I can bring you in. For me, that old school feel where it kind of comes out, dead center like that. I don't know. For me, I thought it was really the right approach for this specific house. Okay, so listen, here's the thing. There is extreme level of detail in this house. I'll try to also put up some views of the sides and things like that. But even right down to like the door, I mean, the lines are so defined and the color is so vibrant. It's unbelievable. This is probably the most realistic looking house this season. Before I forget, I also wanted to show you these really cute skeletons right here up top. They are kissing on the edge of the building. I don't know any other Lemax house off the top of my head where I've seen some romance happening, but it's definitely happening here, and it's really adorable. They probably have a great view of the city or your village, and they're just sharing a moment together, and I thought that was really cool, really unique, and it just was a really nice touch. Look, there is a lot of exciting houses this season, and all, spooky and crazy and, just fantastic. Again, a hell of a year for Lemax. I've said that a couple times now this season. But as far as just realistic and simple, this one is just unbelievable. And it doesn't have a soundtrack. And let me tell you, it doesn't need it. And I'm so glad they didn't, because I think it would have been too much. I think they got to a point here when they were, designing it or whatever, that it hit them that this is perfect the way that it is. Like, let's not go any further. Let's leave it exactly where it's at, and everybody will just love it. And, the pictures online don't do this house justice at all. Not even a little bit. This is, look, it looked cool. I'll give you that. That's why it was so popular. I get all that stuff. But nothing in comparison to seeing this house in person. Just unbelievable, guys. So I absolutely love this house. I thank you all so much for your time. This is definitely a must-have in my opinion. So, if you can get a hold of one, I promise you will absolutely love it. And, you can put it in so many different places in your village, and it'll fit right in like the beauty that it is. So, okay, that about wraps it up, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. And as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.